It's recording.
Okay,
Okay. Callum, you want to kick this off?
I would
Welcome
love to.
back.
Yeah. Well, welcome to episode 4.
Episode 4.
Yeah. I think today's episode is going to be a little different.
You could
Um,
say that.
yeah, we've come up with a very, you know, interesting concept for the show, which I'm looking forward to because I think that this will really give people a different approach to how to start a business,
I
how to come.
think out of I think out of all of the episodes we've done so far, I think people will be able to take the most out of this,
Yeah.
probably purely because it's a real world example. So,
Yeah.
Callum, why don't you explain to the audience what we're going to do in this episode?
Yeah. So what we're going to do in this episode is we're going to ask ChatGPT. We're going to set a budget of $250, and we're going to say, with $250, how do we start a business? What are the best concepts for a business with that kind of budget? Obviously, it's low budget, but 250 bucks, anyone should be able to save up $250. And then how are we going to execute on that business? So I've already gone ahead and asked ChatGPT that question, and so I have one, two. There are they've given us 8 different things that we could do with that budget.
Okay. So essentially, what we're going to do is give the audience a real life example of how to start a business. So literally anyone can do this. ChatGPT is free. Log on to ChatGPT, ask it for a couple of ideas, and we haven't even discussed this yet. Literally, this is from the very start. We've not discussed any ideas. We've not discussed any strategy. All we know is we've got £250 to try and make something work.
Yeah,
So we will. This episode will essentially be us talking through starting whatever business we're going to start. And up until this second, we still don't even know. I don't even know. Callum's got the answers on his screen. We're obviously not together. I'm in Scotland. He's in Florida. We're not together. I don't know any of these ideas yet. I'm quite nervous actually. But we're going to talk the audience through how we pick what we're going to do, why we've picked it, and then see what we can come up with from then to try and make this a successful business with
yeah.
the £250.
So I think in the spirit of you and I think we should just kind of do a random number generator, 1 through 8, and then whatever we pick or whatever we land on, we'll just go and run with that, which could be dangerous.
Okay, so
I'm
what to do
looking
is
at
if you
this,
can
and
tell
one of
me
them.
first, tell me the 8 businesses first. First of all, what did you
Okay.
search? What question did you ask ChatGPT and what answers
So
did it
the
give you?
exact question was, we have a budget of $250 and we want to start a business. Please give me ideas on the best business concepts to start and how we should do it. So it was a
Okay.
very basic, straightforward question. And I wanted it to be rather open-ended and pretty vague because I wanted to see how ChatGPT works, and I think some of these ideas are pretty good, and then some of them it's going to be difficult for us. So the first one is freelance services. Graphic design, web development, social media management. Something like that might be a good freelance idea. It's given me skills and setup and all that. So it's very extensive and it's pretty detailed. And then once we select it, we'll just click that, highlight it, and then we'll throw it back in and then say, "Give me a business plan," and then we'll just do that. You
Yeah.
know, I think we're going to
Okay.
be pretty reliant on this.
Yeah. Okay. So freelance services number one. Number two.
Drop shipping or print on demand.
I hope it's not that.
Uh, Handmade products or
Next.
craft business for number 3.
Fuck's sake.
I don't think that's either of our alleys, but we can figure it out. Online tutoring or consulting, number
I,
4.
I I wouldn't mind that.
Nope. You're really gonna love this one. Number 5 is pet sitting or dog walking.
See, some of these aren't going to be practical.
No, unless we end up, building some international empire for dog walking. Reselling items online, that's not very fun. Event planning and party supplies, not very fun. And then
Event
the last one,
planning.
of course, is content creation, YouTube, blogging, or podcasting. So,
So number 8 is content creation.
yeah. We like them
Okay, so
all.
we got freelance services, drop shipping slash print on demand, craft business, online
Yep.
consulting, pet sitting slash dog walking, reselling items, event planning, or content creation.
Yep.
Okay, so
So I've got my number generator here. So I've got it dialed in from 1 to 8. So I'm gonna just click it now.
go for it.
Okay.
Shit.
We're gonna be fine. It's number 7. So we were doing event planning and party supplies. Now we could maybe throw in a veto.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to do that.
Yeah.
All right, let's veto the first one. We'll go second try. Okay. Of course it would be pet sitting and dog walking.
We can't do that.
We can't do that one. That doesn't count. So I'm gonna remove that one. So it's just what. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. All right. We got number 4. So we
Online
have
consulting.
number 4.
Okay, so it's what actually exactly was number 4? Online consulting and
Yeah. So this one it gives a description of if you're knowledgeable in a specific subject like math, language, business, etc. Online tutoring can be started with minimal costs. Platforms like Zoom and Google Meet, we can connect for free. We just have to. The first steps they give us are define our offering, set the pricing, platform, marketing, and then it gives us a budget breakdown as well, which is really cool. So marketing materials, it's given us a budget of about $100, and then website domain $50,
okay, I mean, I don't
and
even
web
think we need
design.
that. I don't even think we need that yet.
No, no, I don't. I mean, I think we could probably do it for $50 right now, all in. I mean, we don't even need to do any marketing, but yeah, we can create our own flyers. So I'm gonna just copy and paste that. Um, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw that in and then ask it. Oh shoot! Can you now? What would you like the question to be? Develop me a. You want to give us a business plan or like first steps?
Tell it to generate us a business plan first. Let's see what that comes up with, and then we can adapt that. Ask it for to generate a 5-step business plan for an online consulting firm.
Okay. All right, here we go. It's churning it out. So we've
Great.
got an executive summary already. Okay, we've got action steps, services, key considerations, pricing structure.
I mean, I suppose the first question is, what do we consult on?
Yeah, I think after, so once
We need
this
to
is
find a
done, I
niche.
think yeah, then it's up to us to say, okay, well, what should we consult on? It's got to be something we know, otherwise we're
Yes.
going to be caught out.
So
Uh,
realistically,
no,
realistically, there's not an awful lot, right?
no, there's not. I'm thinking maybe we just do something quite basic. Something maybe involving real estate, I assume. Some sort of consulting firm that provides, some sort of training, maybe.
Yes. Yeah. Real estate consulting slash training, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
So what's step one? What's it giving us?
So step one, it's given us just sort of defining the offering. So the objective for us to figure out would be to identify what our offer is. Is it going to be specific tutoring? Because they are still including the sort of English and languages,
Yeah.
or is it going to be a consulting-based service based on kind of our skills and the sort of demand for and the need for it? So I think we've kind of chosen the right thing.
I think without a doubt so, and this can actually feed in the interesting thing, and this and what people need to understand when you're starting a business as well is you need to use all the levers you can.
Yep.
For example, we've obviously started this podcast not that long ago. A consulting firm could easily fit into a podcast. We could talk about that a lot because
Yep.
it's in that niche of podcast that we've selected: business, real estate, sales. On top of that, we have both got a lot of experience in buying, selling properties,
Yep.
and so there's a lot that we can talk about in terms of that. So if anyone, for example, if somebody's looking to get into real estate and they don't know how to go about doing that, or if they're in real estate at the moment and they don't really know where to go or what to do or how to generate more business,
Yep.
I can, me, myself, and you can easily help them out with that. So I
Yep.
think what people need to understand is you need to use all that you can, all your skill set for a start, but anything you've done in the past, the people around you for your business, because it's only going to amplify whatever you're doing, which people will see that we will start to do as we move on in this in this episode. So identify kind of niche. We've done that. Real estate.
Yeah. So the next step after that is action step. So just sort of subject or expertise. So we've kind of figured that out, and as a result of what we've selected, we kind of know who the target audience already is.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say aspiring real estate agents,
Yeah.
aspiring salespeople, maybe not even aspiring, maybe people who already are that are stuck in the mud. They maybe hit a bit of a plateau and they don't see their business growing or they're not getting the results that they want. That would certainly be our target audience, I would say.
Mhm.
Do you agree?
100%. Yeah. 100%. And then let's see. Then it just has sort of services that we're offering. So maybe we could put together some packages of consulting. We could do group consulting where you say, okay, well, not group as in like multiple people, but packages. So maybe 3 or 4 at a time. Maybe we just offer 1 hour sessions for $50. I don't know.
So you could go three ways with this. You could do a full course. You could do a full course for real estate agents, and depending on the level that real estate agent is at or that salesperson is at, you could do a bronze, silver, or a gold package.
Yeah.
That's one way you could go. The second way you could go is you could consult. You could do a full consultancy and charge a monthly fee, where it's a second pair of eyes or another two sets of eyes looking in on a business, dissecting the business, seeing where the business can improve, seeing maybe where that business is doing well, doubling down on where it's doing well. So full consultancy, you could offer a part-time consultancy, or you could offer an hour-long consultancy call where somebody picks our brains for an hour and you charge, I don't know, £250,
Yeah.
whatever that fee may be. So you've got a couple of different options. Full training course, consultancy, whether it be full-time, part-time, hourly rate, or webinars, training sessions where maybe a real estate firm has 20 agents and they want a web seminar done. It could be via Zoom, it could be in person where you speak for an hour on different topics. So you've really got three ways that you can do that. You can do training course, consultancy, public speaking.
Okay. What are you leaning towards? You want to
I
just
like
do it
that.
all?
I think they'll all feed into each other. And I
Yeah.
think you
That
probably
was
start off probably start off, you have to obviously grow your brand first. We've both
Yeah.
got followings personally, so I would say we would leverage them,
Yep.
go into our network first, see if there's any little jobs that we can do, slowly build up. I mean, this is going to take time, right? It's not going to, like we keep
No.
preaching to people on these other episodes, it doesn't happen like that. It's not going to happen like that.
No.
This is probably going to take 6 months before you see any real money, and that's just the way it is. That's business. So we really, this is we're going to have to practice what we preach here, and
We really are.
be patient and evolve, and it will evolve, and we'll learn as we go as well, because we've never done consultancy before. Well, maybe I don't know about you. I've never really done it properly. I've done bits and pieces of sales training, real estate sales training, tiny bit of consultancy, but not an awful lot. So this is very new for me.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I've had people reach out to me for questions based on what they're doing. Hey, I'm thinking about entering this business. What do you think about this? Give me your thoughts. I'm going to send you over all the information, run through it, and then spit out your answer. But that was nothing like it wasn't a paid role or anything. So we're going to have to step up our game a little bit with the way we posture things and the way that we kind of go about the business itself. So I'm interested to see how that's going to go. Yeah,
Awesome.
I think
So,
we're in good shape
so I
here.
suppose we need to decide: do we start a new Instagram page? How do we brand? What do we call it? I mean, I suppose we call it value proposition consulting.
Yeah, I think keep it real easy. Before we know it, we're going to have a business the size of Grant Cardone's.
And just so the audience know, myself and Callum are already super fucking busy. Like, this is probably a really bad idea.
Well, this is
Uh,
a horrific idea, but it's
but
fine.
but it's good fun, and it lets the audience or whoever's watching see that this is literally. Now, we could have easily come up with this on our own. The reason we went through Chat GPT was so, if you don't have any ideas, if you don't know what you want to do, just to give a real world example of, go on to Chat GPT. You'll
Yeah,
see the answers it spits out. Narrow things down. Think about what you're good at, what you're not good at, your strengths, your weaknesses, and then pick from there. Similar to
yeah,
like what we did. I mean, we could have come up with this, but
yeah. Of
using
course.
ChatGPT, it's more authentic. It shows you guys that this is how you can do it.
Yeah,
Okay, so value proposition consulting coming
yeah.
to a real estate agency near you.
Wow, we're gonna have to work on the slogan. Coming to
Uh, Pretty much like the logo, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, yeah, we are doing this on the spot. We've only been on this for 15 minutes now, so yeah. I mean,
And
it's
we
given
made
us some
progress, right?
pricing structure. I said was the second bullet point.
Okay,
So
so I suppose things that we can do immediately. Now, the sales training courses will need to be recorded, so we would have to work on that. That's probably going to take us a couple of weeks to record.
yeah,
So I would say a bronze, silver, and a gold package. Bronze, kind of brief overview
sure.
on real estate sales. Silver, slightly more information, and then gold, full package. And we don't have to call them bronze, silver, gold, but
Yeah,
three tiers: tier one, tier two, tier three. I would say £500 or £499,
hmm,
999, or 1099, and then 1499. So
yeah,
you're basically 500, 1100, 1500. And the reason that I'm not just saying 500, 1000, 1500 is because I want the gap between the medium and the large package to be smaller, so that it encourages people to go to the large.
exactly.
Even maybe even 500, 1200, or 499, 1199, and $1,499.
Let's do it.
Again, these would all have to be recorded, but I
Yeah.
think that when you have the smaller gap between the medium and the large, it means that people will say, well, I can get the large for only an extra 200 quid. They're more likely to do that rather than say, oh, well, I'll just go with the medium because it's an extra 500 for the large.
Yeah. That's a nice little actually that's a nice little tip there.
There's a name for that, I just can't remember it. There's a shock. So 499, 1,199, and then 1,499. And you could even say that with the gold package, you get one-to-one contact. After you've done the course, you also get one-to-one contact.
Yeah.
So you can message, call, email, maybe not call, message, email one of us at any point in time. Even after that, we could do a subscription-based service where if you do the 14.99 gold training course, maybe gives you 60 hours of content to go through, documents, training courses, videos, and it would all be recorded. So it's like a webinar that you're doing.
Yeah.
Different modules, uh, breaking everything down from how to generate leads, how to brand yourself, how to convert leads into new business, how to structure a viewing, how to structure a valuation. Um, you have all these different modules that you can
Yeah. And we'll make
go
it
through.
applicable for both sides of the pond. We'll have because obviously some of the things that you do, I don't have to do, and also
Of
vice
course.
versa. So we'll make sure that there's both
Oh,
sides, so that
exactly. Yeah, we
wider
could even
audience.
do two. A lot of stuff's going to be the same, but a lot of stuff's going to be different.
Yeah.
Um, And then after, say somebody does the gold package, or say somebody does any package, if you decide that you want to have one-to-one contact thereafter, you can go £50 a month or $50 a month or
Yeah.
whatever that fee may be uh, afterwards.
Yeah. I think this is gonna be. I think we're gonna be in good shape.
So that price point for training course, consulting, if you go, I mean the thing is, if you full consulting, I mean, it could take you'd have to spend probably a month with the business to consult to
Yeah.
get an idea of how that business is ran. That would be a more expensive fee. I would say probably 5 grand.
Yeah. That
What
sounds
do you
about
think?
right. Yeah, I think
Four and a
five
half
thousand,
grand? 5 grand?
maybe. Yeah, I think keep it. I like whole numbers.
Full consulting.
Yeah.
And you could say 3 grand for I don't know, how do you even work that? Because it kind of has to be full consultancy. It depends. It depends on how long it takes, right?
We'd have to do it by hours, possibly. Like the amount of
Yeah,
hours you get per week, and then
yeah,
we give whatever our hourly is, just multiply that, and then we get our number.
yeah,
So maybe you get 5 hours a week, and then you can get maybe 10 hours a week,
yeah,
or 3.5 hours, and then 7 hours, or whatever.
yeah, yeah. And then say like a consultancy call for an hour, 250 quid.
Yeah,
Or however long that call may take, may take 2 hours.
yeah,
But they have access to our experience and insight for however long that call lasts. You say a £250 one-off fee. Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
And what was the third one? Uh,
Was that the one that you're talking about, like the big chunks of like 3.5 hours of time and 5 hours of time for the week?
so we had the training packages, the consultancy,
Yep.
and there was one more branch. We forgot our business already.
I thought it was like full-time consulting, like, no? Am I
It was
fucking
a
way off right now?
it was like a subscription consultant,
Subscription.
yeah. So like a monthly fee.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
3,000 or whatever. I don't know what our prices will end up being, but hypothetically.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. What's the next step?
So, next up, it says that we should probably get into our online platform. Just using like a Wix or a WordPress to create a simple website. Now, I've used Wix before, so maybe I'll just go into Wix and I believe you can actually use AI to create a website.
Okay.
So I think what I'll do is I'll upload the logo so it has a color scheme to follow, and we'll just tell it that we're going to be a consultancy firm, and then we'll see what it generates, and we'll just stick with whatever it is. We'll try to make very limited edits to see how powerful these things can really be.
Yeah.
And it's free.
Yeah. So,
All you have to do is buy the domain, which is like $10.
so website, social media.
Social media for sure.
Um, that's really it, right?
That's pretty much it. We could eventually get into maybe some Facebook ads or some sort of paid ads.
Yeah.
But I think most of what we're going to want to do is be, word of mouth would be my guess. That's really
Yeah.
what we would
Well,
like.
first of all, people from within our network.
Yeah,
Then social media channels, paid ads, word of mouth, referrals. One that I used to rely on a shitload when I was a real estate agent.
yeah,
Referrals. After you've built up
yeah.
a reputation, you're then
No,
not even fighting for business. It's like free.
no.
It's like free ads.
It's the best. It's the best form of
Yeah,
marketing you can get.
100%.
100%. So yeah, so I think if we can do all of this, which shouldn't, the craziest part obviously is that yeah, we have very, very full on jobs, and we're definitely spreading ourselves rather thin with this concept. So, I mean, we talked yesterday, right? And the last week for us was a wash. I mean, I didn't have enough
Yeah.
time to breathe, let alone do
Well,
anything.
well, to give people an idea how busy we've been, this podcast that we're recording right now comes out in 2.5 hours. So normally we would record the podcast on maybe a Wednesday.
Yeah,
Now, bear in mind these podcasts come out on Friday at 5 p.m. It is for Friday right now at 2:30. So, a bit last minute for this one, but we've both been busy. So, we've got a good start here.
yeah.
What is the next step on the?
So operations and scaling the business, we're not really concerned with scaling the business right now.
Not yet, no
Um,
thanks.
but we have to schedule. So we should probably use. It says you should use Calendly, which I've used before as well. So we just hook that into the website. People can book appointments, all that, and we'll
Yeah,
get it ticking over in our emails.
yeah,
And then like PayPal or Stripe for payment processing.
yeah. That's all easy enough. I've done all that before.
Yeah. So
That's
I
pretty
think.
much that's given us a full outline structure, right?
Oh yeah.
We now know what business we're starting. We know what the name of the business is going to be. We know the target audience. We know that we need to start a website. We know we need to do social media. We know the services that we're going to provide at the price points that we're going to provide them at. We know the systems and processes need to be put in place in order to get paid, in order to generate business, and in order to fulfill appointments. Uh, all that's left now to do is put in the work,
That's the key.
isn't it?
Yeah. So I think we should probably give ourselves a bit of a timeline as well.
Yeah.
So I think we should probably try to have all of our sort of foundations done by the end of the month, right? We don't want to push ourselves and go crazy and never sleep. So I think if we give ourselves to the end of the month to get all of the foundations set up, get our website done, start getting some marketing for the new Instagram. Maybe we do a Facebook and a Twitter as well. Who knows?
Yeah. By the
Um,
way, I tried to start an X or Twitter
oh,
for
sorry.
our for the podcast. Right?
Uh,
It's a fucking pain in the ass.
why?
I don't know. It doesn't. It says that it won't let me create an account.
That's dumb.
I don't know. I tried putting in our email. I don't know. I don't know why it's not working. Uh,
We should have a
you
chat
have
with
to, you
Elon.
have to go through a quiz and all that now when you create an X
Quiz.
account. Yeah.
Well, we're not smart enough to pass that,
And
so
by the way, I failed it like 3 times before I eventually passed it. It's like stupid questions. I've got quite a a high IQ as well. By the way, like my IQ is 136, which is pretty decent. Uh, and I couldn't figure this fucking thing out. It was like pictures of space.
I did an IQ test not that long ago. What was mine?
Well, mine's is 136.
Mine's probably like I was
No,
gonna say something, but I
I
don't
would
think
think
I'm gonna
yours
say
is
what I
pretty
want to
high.
say. I don't think I'm allowed to say what I wanted to say. Doesn't matter.
No.
Keep moving on. Okay, hold on.
So
Yeah, I
we're
thought
gonna have
you keep going.
foundations by the end of the month. So we will keep our audience up to date with the progress of this, and we just really wanted to do it to show people how they can go about starting a business. And it's a business podcast at the end of the day. We've been banging on about business and sales and real estate for the past 3 episodes. So we thought we would set a plan in place and show people a pathway that they can follow in order to start their own business. So I think that we should maybe just shoot the shit now, have a bit of fun. We've shown the audience what we have done so far, um, how to go about starting a business. They now know what
Yeah,
we're going to be doing moving forward. We'll keep everyone in the loop, and I think we should have a bit of fucking fun now. What do you think?
I agree. Also, my IQ is 134.
Oh shit! So look at this.
Fucking asshole.
Oh yeah, fuck you.
It's fine. It's fine. Combined, we're the smartest. We're the smartest person alive.
Just so the audience can see this.
God, that's fuck. You're gifted. I don't think I think 135 is the mark. Oh
Yeah,
no, I'm gifted. Of course
135.
I'm gifted.
Are you gifted?
Yeah, it says gifted. I'm fucking special, all right.
Oh yeah.
But
um,
anyways, that's not important.
so anyway, right, I've got an idea. I've
Okay,
got
let's hear it.
an idea. Did you hear about that new thing that Elon Musk has just created with his fucking magical mind? So
Yes.
he has now found a way to bring sight for the blind. So if you're born blind, he now has a form of technology that will gift you sight. Pretty
I mean,
incredible.
that's unbelievable. The fact that you could do that, I think it's called like blind sight or something.
Blind sight. Funny that,
Don't
right?
know.
I
I mean, it's
wonder
a
if
fitting name.
ChatGPT. I wonder if he got that from ChatGPT.
Oh my God. That's honestly probably likely because it's a pretty poor name. But yeah, they got FDA approval not that long ago, I believe. So
Well, have they started actually using that in?
I think there was one case, and I think that's why it got approval. I read a story. Well, maybe it was just one story, but it was a guy who had it done to him, and he was able to obviously see and whatnot. So I assume it works.
Well, so the paragraph that I read, it said that it won't be the clearest to start off with, but as the technology evolves and progresses, then I mean I would imagine that eventually they'll be able to see better than than a standard set of eyes. Because if you think about technology, like your phone camera, for example, one day it'll probably get to the stage where it'll be something similar to that.
I think that that's probably where things will go. I mean, we've already seen the stuff where you put chips into your hands and your body, and you can scan things and do all that.
You know
So
what I was thinking about? What would be such a great invention? And it'll probably be it'll probably it's probably close. It maybe already is a thing. But I mean, I'm bad for no. I will. I don't know. I don't know if bad's the right word, but I quite like to. I like TikTok, right? I like to sit and scroll
sure.
on TikTok. I think that you find out some interesting shit. Like some of the stuff that I watch, pretty cool. And I would love, and like sometimes I'm lying in my bed and I'm like lying and I'm sitting on my phone and I can't be fucked holding my phone, right? I don't
Yeah,
want to hold my phone and scroll. I want to be able to just scroll. But if I'm not
yeah,
holding it, then it can't scroll.
yeah.
So it would be so cool, right? If TikTok was on a TV screen, if I could
Hmm.
lie on the couch or I could lie in my bed and
Yeah.
look at the TV and I'm watching it, and when I want to switch videos, I just think about switching video, or I just roll my eyes up and it flicks to the next video.
You know how dangerous that could be.
Why?
You're lying in your bed, you're sitting there, and you're thinking of something, and it automatically goes onto the television.
Well, maybe maybe it's dangerous for you, but not for me. But do you not think that'd be cool? Like, well,
I
because
could never have that.
I, I, I saw something not that long ago, and it was this guy who, if I'm sure it was Neuralink, the thing that Elon Musk created
Yeah, Neuralink.
that allows you to I'm sure it's something to do with a computer screen, is it? I can't remember exactly what it is. But he moves the computer screen just thinking about it. And somebody had said to him, like, how are you moving the mouse? Are you moving it with your eyes or what? And he said, no, I'm just thinking about where the mouse should be moving. And my
Yeah.
brain moves it.
So my understanding of Neuralink was that it's like an implant that goes into like your neck or your brain. Like there's a certain section where it sends impulses or some sort of stimulus,
Yeah.
and then it's. I mean, there's probably a million applications for it, but one of the first ways that I learned was that it was for people who might be paralyzed in certain areas of their body, and it's used to connect the brain back to those areas, which is
Okay.
crazy.
So maybe it maybe wasn't Neuralink that I
Well,
saw.
it might be sort of like an adaptation of that, not necessarily, because these things are, you have that one thing in your, the sort of implants, and then you can then have, updates.
Yeah.
We're basically just going to be a bunch
But
of
I mean, the
Teslas
way that
walking around.
the way that technology is moving on is fucking incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, every day it seems like there's something new. Or someone's talking or discussing about, oh, we're going to do this. Like, there wasn't that long ago where they were talking about how planes would, if they were in trouble and their engines were to fail, that they would separate and then a parachute would come out of the top and it would float in the water. And it wouldn't land in the water, it would just sort of parachute down. Now, I don't know who came up with that idea. But then,
I think I saw that as well.
I
Um,
thought it was fucking wild.
yeah, I mean, technology's, and they say that the rate that technology moves at now, I mean, if you think at the way that it's going to be in another 20 years, 30 years,
Who knows where we
that's
could be.
it's enough for my brain.
I do have a trivia question for you today.
Okay.
Okay. I'm a big fan of trivia, and there was a question that I heard recently. So I'm going to ask you the question is, which country has more coastline? Russia, Greenland, Norway, Canada.
Coastline.
Hmm.
Russia. What did you say? Russia.
Greenland, Norway, Canada.
I'm gonna say Greenland.
That is incorrect. It is Canada.
I fucking knew it was Canada as well, but I thought it was like a
You
trick
live there.
question.
Anyways, but I would
So,
definitely. We want to clip that, and we want to know what you think as the audience. What is your answer? We'll
what
edit
is your
that.
answer?
That's front.
Yeah, I'll edit that so that my answer was right. Canada.
Oh
I've
my
got,
God.
I've got a thought. Let's leave on a thought,
Okay,
or
perfect.
let's discuss a quick topic.
Okay.
This is something that I read the other day, and it got me thinking, right? And I'll
Hmm.
tell you why it got me thinking. So, you won't rise to your goals, you will fall to your systems. Now, if you think about this in brief terms, at the start of a 100-meter race, everyone has the same goal. Everyone wants to win. Not everyone wins the race.
No.
So many people think that if they set goals for themselves, then they'll be successful. Simply, it's not about setting the right goals. It's about putting the correct systems in place in order to hit those goals. If it was about setting goals, everyone in the 100-meter race would win the race. Unfortunately, that's not the case. It you will fall to the standard of your systems,
Hmm.
and you need to ensure that you put the correct systems in place in order to achieve your goals.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Wow. I love that. I mean, that's great, and that's something that I'm gonna probably write into my notes and set a little reminder because that is. I never thought about it that way, but I've thought about similar things where, yeah, of course, you set goals and you shoot for the moon, and I know you do this all the time, but we pipe dream every day. We're
Yeah,
dreaming about what we're going to be doing in 20 years time. We're always thinking into the future. But no, you're right. To come back to where things are for you at this current time, what is
yeah,
happening in your life? What do you need to do foundationally to set yourself up to get to that stage? Um, and it's something, ironically, not ironically, but more coincidentally, that I got a haircut yesterday.
yeah.
So my barber was saying almost the exact same thing that you just said, which is in a different way, and he meant it more in a more of in like a be a kind, centered person in the now. But it's very very similar. So it's interesting. I mean that hits home.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not until I broke it down. Like, I've always been one for setting goals, and I've always done it, and I've always told people to do it, but I've never really told people to put a system in place in order to hit the goals. So yeah, it's pretty basic. You know, if you don't follow a system and you don't have a plan, then you're never going to hit your goals. But
Yeah,
it wasn't until I thought about it in the context of like a 100-meter race. Everyone has a goal to win that race.
yeah,
Who's put the best system in place? Who's had the best training regime? Who's had the better coaches? Who's eaten the best? Who has worked the hardest in the lead up to the race in order to give themselves the best chance of success on winning the race and achieving the goal? I just thought it was pretty cool. One quick one to finish on, because I know that you're
yeah.
tight for time.
Well, the one last thing I'd like to say would be when you look at the let's whatever the 8 runners or 10 runners, eight runners, right? Whatever. When you look at them, all of their preparation will be so different from one another, which is very indicative in the world of business. Everyone, there's a bunch of CEOs, there's a bunch of successful businessmen, and business people. Sorry, I don't. I paused too long, and I made it even more fucking uncomfortable for myself. So, anyways, but when you look at that, everyone has different foundations for success, which is, when we talk about business and success, it's anyone can do it because there's been thousands of different ways to achieve it. But, try and replicate as much as you can from one individual or a group of people that you like to follow. Um, there's the templates are there, but you
Yeah.
have to do them and you have to put them in place.
Yeah. Well, I think that the foundation of any business, set a goal, make
Yep.
a plan, take action. It's that simple. Set a
Yeah.
goal, make a plan, take action.
Yeah.
Consistency, discipline. Two biggest things. Set a goal, make a plan, take action, stay consistent, and be disciplined. And you will
Consistency, man.
100%
So important.
hit your goals.
Every day.
100%.
Every day.
100%.
Yeah.
So Alex Hormozy said this. Do you know who Alex Hormozy is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he said this on the Modern Wisdom podcast, Chris Williams
Okay.
podcast,
Yeah.
really good. If you've not heard Modern Wisdom, check it out. It's good. I'm pretty sure it's called Modern Wisdom. I can't remember, but it's Chris Williams anyway.
Yeah.
He said, "When I was in my 20s, I wanted to be a millionaire, and when I was a millionaire, I wanted to be in my 20s." Isn't that so ironic?
That is. We
You
try to
chase
fast
money,
forward through life, you know?
of course. You chase money when you're young. As soon as you've got money, you want to be young.
Yeah. Listen
It's
to, I
so
mean, we know tons of old people. They all say the same thing. Well, I feel young. I feel young. Because they're trying to get back to that
yeah.
time when they were young.
Yeah, I mean it just opened my eyes so much when I heard him say that. I'm like, shit, yeah.
You know?
It's not about, and we talked about it in the last episode. It's not about the money. So many people think it's about the money. And I'm bad for it sometimes as well myself. I'm like, I need to get to X amount in the bank, or I
Yeah.
need to have X amount invested, and it shouldn't be about that.
No.
I like the Jimmy Carr quote that we talked about last week.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was
it's
unbelievable.
not having things isn't fun. Getting things is fun.
Yeah.
It's so true, and it kind of similar to that it's kind of the process and who you become on the journey that's more
Yeah.
important than the money.
Yeah.
But I thought that was good. When I was in my 20s, I wanted to be a millionaire, and when I was a millionaire, I wanted to be in my 20s. You always want what you can't have, right?
Always.
It's the chase.
This is the chase.
It's the chase. Anyway,
Okay.
Callum, what's your
That's
time like?
um probably gotta go.
Okay. Well, my man, it's been a pleasure.
This has
It's
been
been
good.
last minute. It's been last minute.
Last minute,
Uh,
but we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna have a good week.
yes, we are. I will send you a message and I will see you soon.
Sounds good.
Take care, bud.
All right. See you,
Bye
buddy.
now.